Monica, I heard you've been so busy with work that you don't prepare dinner much. Hi, Linda. What's going on all of a sudden? Don't play dumb with me. I just got a call from Alan. From Alan? I wonder how you are behaving at home. I heard that you're always staying in your room, saying you're working. What the hell are you doing? Well, I work from home, so my room is my workplace. I'm not playing around. Alan was sad about your behavior. He said you always work, work, and work. You don't do the housework at all. Did Alan really say that? He never said anything about housework. What? Are you saying I'm lying? No, that's not what I'm saying. I work from home. I've never failed to do my chores. So you're saying Alan is lying? I don't know what Alan told you, but what you've just said is not true. Is it? To me, it just feels like that. You don't understand what it's like to be a wife. You never come to our house, and you never care about your mother-in-law. I have to work on weekdays, but I sometimes bring you food I made on the weekend. And I bring you sweets that are popular on the internet. I've been doing my best. You're kind of self-assertive. Alan as well told me that you're a bit pushy. You can't even do a decent job of housework. Alan will get tired of you. Huh? Does Alan think that way about me? It's not just Alan, but also me. Oh. If you can't fulfill your responsibilities as a wife, please consider the possibility of divorcing Alan. Divorce? Keep that in mind. Monica, I keep getting calls from Alan. What's going on? Hi, Linda. What do you hear from Alan? Oh, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know. Can you tell me? He says that the room is messy. Huh? He says you only work and don't clean rooms. Wait a minute. It's true that I've been working a lot, but I've been doing basic housework every day. Of course I clean. Did Alan really say that? I wouldn't lie to you. What are you doing in your room every day? I work from home, so I really need to stay in the room and work with a computer. You say you're working, but I guess you actually bring a man into the house, don't you? Linda, what are you talking about? There's no way I would do that. Don't be ridiculous. Then why can't you at least clean the house? I clean the house every day. I don't like to leave rooms messy. I do complete cleaning rooms before I start work every day. So you're saying Alan is lying? I'm not sure what Alan has told you, but did Alan really say that? Of course! Alan has been having a hard time since he married you. I can't remain silent about my own son going through such a difficult time. Huh. But I have no idea about what is being said. I'm sick and tired of this liar. I'm not lying. If you persist with such behavior, I would like you to seriously consider a divorce. That's too much. Why should I get divorced when nothing comes to mind about what you're talking about? Are you sure Alan is telling you that? There's no point in lying to you. But as I said, I have no idea about what is being said. Alan has never said anything like that to me. Alan is a kind boy. He probably couldn't have expressed to you what he has been feeling. That's why I'm reaching out to you and telling it to you instead of him. Can't you even understand what I'm telling you? I have no idea what Alan is thinking if what you told me is true. Do you really think you two are a good match? I regret allowing him to marry you. I have no idea what you mean. It seems like you never change your behavior. If that's the way you do, I have some ideas. Huh? Monica. Answer! You must be playing on the computer again. Monica! I'm sorry, Linda. I was having a video call with my business partner. Who were you talking to? You brought a man into the house and you were busy with him, weren't you? Don't say such a silly thing. I'm working. I'm working on a new project right now. That's why I'm busy with a lot of remote calls and meetings. Well, I don't care. That's why you got divorced. It's a deserved outcome. What are you talking about? Don't you know anything? I guess I'm not sure about that. Alan was filled with regret all the time. He said, I wonder why I married her. Neither does she take care of the house nor of me. I really don't understand what you're talking about. I told you before, but I've never skipped housework. You never stop with that attitude. Alan decided to leave you because of it. Excuse me? I don't understand what you mean. Did I get dumped by Alan? Or what do you mean by divorce? You really don't know anything? It seems like there has been no discussion about it between the two of you. No wonder Alan doesn't really care about you anymore. Huh? You guys are divorced. Really? I'm getting more and more confused about what you're saying. I don't know anything about it, but how could that happen? I haven't heard anything from Alan. That's an example of how little you cared and communicated with Alan. I'm truly disappointed in you. So, me and Alan are divorced? Yes. Alan mentioned that he felt relieved after the divorce was finalized. Oh no, I haven't discussed it with him at all. Are you sure we're divorced? I would never lie to you. Even I don't know anything about our divorce. So how could you know? It's because I'm the one who filed for divorce. You did? But I don't remember filling out a divorce form. You can't file it unless it's in your own handwriting. You filled out the divorce form on your own. Don't you remember? Huh? You brought the divorce form when you registered the marriage. Did I? That's what Alan told me. He mentioned that if either of you cheats on the other, you can get divorced right away. Oh, I remember about the divorce form. We promised never to betray each other. I did fill out the divorce papers at that time. Right? He gave me that divorce form, and I submitted it instead of you and him. Weren't you aware of all these things? I didn't know because I didn't talk to Alan about it. How could I have known? Linda, why didn't you tell me beforehand? You both signed the form, so I assumed it would be a mutual agreement between the two of you. I didn't tell you until now, but Alan hasn't been home for almost a month now. Oh, really? Having life with you must have been very tough for him. Since he is away, there's no way for us to talk together. It's excessive that the divorce form was filed solely based on his decision. I don't care about what you think. I just filed it because he asked me to. I don't have to be blamed for that. Oh no. Besides, I had warned you. I told you that if you disrespected Alan, I would have you divorced. I don't think I agreed with that. In the first place, submitting a divorce form before discussing our divorce is so ridiculous. Whatever. It means the relationship between you was already over. I can't accept it. It's good that you two are getting divorced. I'm very shocked that you handled the entire divorce process without telling me beforehand. But wasn't it good for you too? Huh? So now you can work as much as you want, right? Well, it is assumed that you always bring a man into the house instead of working. Absolutely not. What you've just said is just terrible. Whatever it is, I can't imagine that your marriage with Alan is going to continue working out like this. This is the way it was going to be, so all is good. You should be thankful that I went through all the trouble about divorce. What do you want me to be thankful for? You went ahead with the important stuff without giving me a heads up. What are you thinking? Don't bother Alan anymore. What? I don't want to hear that Alan is going through a tough time. He will finally be free from you. I don't understand what you mean. You say it's work or something, and then you stay in your room all day. How can he be attracted to a woman who stays in her room all day and doesn't know what she's doing? A wife is supposed to devote herself to her husband. You just enjoy what you want to do and don't even make any money. So it's no wonder Alan left you. Alan said he was tired of living like that. He never said anything like that to me. In addition, we haven't seen each other for a while. Anyway, the divorce form was already filed, so get out of there. Wait a minute. I bought this condo when I was single. It's under my name, so if Alan wants to live separately, he should be the one to leave. Huh? I didn't know that. Linda, you didn't know? This is the condo I bought, so there's no need for me to leave. You just stay in the room. How could you buy it? It really is my own property. I have the documents to prove it. It seems like you're trying to threaten me by saying that, but it won't work. How much income do you have? I'm sure it's impossible for you to buy it with your little income. What you've been saying doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm not leaving this apartment. Oh my God, you are so stubborn. I'll sue you. Anyway, I'll send his stuff to your place. You can do whatever you want to do later. If you want to take legal action against me, I'm ready. Bye. Hey, we haven't finished talking yet. Monica, how are you? You still can see my WhatsApp messages, right? I forgot to block you. How are you? It seems you've been doing very well. I heard you're a popular blogger now. Oh, yes, but that has nothing to do with you. No, I'm very interested in it. What's this all about all of a sudden? Would you like to start a blog? No, I was just wondering how much money you could make as a popular blogger. Huh? Did you reach out to me just to ask about it? No, it's not like that. There's no need to tell you how much money I make. If you just want to ask me about it, I'll end this conversation. Wait. After Alan and you are divorced and his stuff was sent to my place, he and me started living together. He doesn't treat me as well as he did before. Does that mean financially? That's just one example. He used to treat me to fancy restaurants, buy me clothes from my favorite brands, and take me on spa trips. He hasn't done any of those things since we started living together. I didn't even know he had been doing that. Lately, he hasn't even been providing me with any living expenses. He gets so mad when I ask him for these things. Okay. He's been acting strange, so I asked him why. He told me there used to be a joint account with you. Indeed, we had. We created the joint account to save up for the future each month. But later, I noticed it became empty. I had been saving $5,000 each month. Alan spent all that money. What? $5,000 a month? Where did you get that money from? You were always locked up in your room playing on your computer. So I've been telling you, I work from home. I've partnered with major companies to develop and maintain their websites. I'm responsible for managing all the pages on their corporate website. I'm so busy with these websites that I have no choice but to stay at home all day. Even when I'm very busy, I still manage to do all the chores. That's how you make enough money to save $5,000 a month? These are websites for major companies, so the revenue from each company is substantial. Additionally, I'm handling a variety of other tasks. How much income do you have? About $200,000 a year. I think I was earning about 5 times more than him. Wow, that's a lot of money. I think it's difficult for him to provide you some money with this income. It's unfortunate that you can't afford what you want anymore, but try to find joy in your modest life. Well, it has nothing to do with me. Monica, why did you keep it a secret? I didn't keep it a secret, but you accused me of spending all day playing on a computer in a room. You didn't even listen to me. That's because you didn't talk to me properly. In that situation, it was impossible to explain anything. But it doesn't matter. It's over now. If you have nothing else, may I finish our conversation? Monica, you were rich! I'm calling off the divorce. Remarry my son now. Excuse me? What are you talking about? That divorce was so upsetting to you, wasn't it, Monica? So you should just get back together. It's just a matter of going through a process with a piece of paper anyway. Just file the marriage certificate again and everything will be fine. Getting back together? I would never wish that. No, you still have feelings for Alan. That's why you should just start over. Please don't do that. I get nauseous just remembering it. Complaining to his mother about something that never happened is just insane. I won't consider reconciling with a guy who depends on his mother to handle divorce proceedings. You don't have to think that way. I'm sure he also wishes to have a relationship with you. He's been mumbling that he now can't spend much money for what he wants. Don't take advantage of me. Who would remarry? Please stop fooling around. No, it isn't about money. I think Alan regrets divorcing you. As a mother, I just want to help him. No way. Monica! Monica, it's urgent. You're persistent. What is it? I think Alan is on his way over there right now. Have you already talked with him about getting back together? Oh, it's you who set us up. He's been repeatedly begging me to open the door through the intercom. It bothers me a lot. Why? You are getting back together with Alan, which is what you are dreaming about. Please, stop it. When I saw his face on the screen of the intercom, I really thought I was going to throw up. I want to help Alan. I want him to be happy with you again. Let me ask you something. When you filed for divorce, you knew about Alan's affair, didn't you? Huh? What do you mean? Don't change the topic. You knew he was cheating on me, and you hid it from me, didn't you? I guess I did. You're so obvious. What do you mean helping your son cheat on me? It's not the help I was thinking. I just wanted Alan to be with someone he loves. I didn't mean I helped him. But your son asked you to file for divorce, didn't he? That's true, but... Then that's the help. But not now. That woman approached him for money. She disappeared as soon as the money ran out. What a woman. She hurt Alan. How dare you say that? Don't you think about how much I was hurt? You kept saying things to me that doesn't make sense. And divorce form was filed without any notice. Do you think I wasn't hurt? Don't be silly. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. But now I want him to be happy with you. Not with me, but with my income, right? No, it's not. Monica, don't say that. Please, remarry him. I'm already married with a different person. What? Why? Because I met someone wonderful. I met someone who loves me with all his heart, and his personality is very good. We have just started our marriage life. No kidding. Then what will you do with Alan? I don't know. He cheated on me and left me for a month. And he is a spoiled mama's boy. I never want to see him again. So, what should we do for our livelihood? So it's about money again. It's what you want. You wanted me to remarry Alan for my income, didn't you? No! I have my husband with me here now. Oh. Your son kept ringing the intercom so persistently, so he called the police. I'm sure they'll take him to the police station immediately as a suspicious person. Will Alan be taken by the police? Don't be so sneaky. Sneaky? You're the sneaky one. You knew your son was cheating on me, but you made everything my fault and filed for divorce without my agreement. And now that you have no more money to spend for what you want, and you ask me to get back together with him? Don't be silly. No need to dwell on something that happened so long ago. You're the one who is dwelling on the past. Thanks to my husband, I was finally able to forget the bad memories with your son. I refrained from taking any action because I didn't want to interrupt you and him. Now, I'll use this opportunity to bill him for compensation. Huh? What are you talking about? It's been 1.5 years since you got divorced. It's too late to bill compensation. It seems you don't know, so I'll tell you. In situations like this, I can still pursue compensation within 3 years post-divorce. No way! But you don't have any proof. Even if you file a claim, it will be denied. I'm sending you pictures now. What are they? They are the photos of evidence. It's when Alan went into and came out from the hotel with a woman. How did you get them? At that time, Alan hadn't been home for a month. During that time, I kept getting messages from you that didn't make any sense. I thought something strange was going on. So I had the detective agency check it out. Then I got the evidence right away. Why did you... As I've told you before, after the divorce, I wanted nothing to do with you guys ever again. That's why I didn't tell you about the evidence. But I can't stand you bringing up the idea of getting back together. Wait, if I just back out quietly, everything will be all right, right? I'm going to end our conversations with you on WhatsApp right away, so please don't bring up compensation requests. Don't you feel sorry for Alan? You feel sorry for him? You should feel sorry for me rather than him. A divorce form was suddenly filed by the mother-in-law. I've apologized for that already. Is it a matter of just apologizing? Our chat on WhatsApp is also sufficient evidence, so I'm going to take screenshot to use for suing. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll never get involved with you again, Monica, so please forgive me. Please forget about us. I've reached my limit. I'll leave the rest to my lawyer, so let's talk through him. After that, Alan was taken to the police station, but it seems he only got a stern warning. I immediately asked my lawyer for help, and Alan paid the compensation. Receiving compensation doesn't mean I will forget the emotional pain from that time, but I am sure that I feel a little better now. Alan's father got to know all of the troubles between me and Linda and Alan. He got mad about what has happened, and both of them were kicked out from the house. They were at a loss and, reluctantly, seemed to have turned to relatives for help. I heard that their relatives who got to know all the story were also disgusted, so they didn't help them. They deserve it. I am still doing well as a popular blogger. In fact, my husband is a famous Instagrammer, so we understand each other's lives very well. I am living a stress-free life. We are planning to go on a honeymoon soon with the compensation we received.
Mrs. Erin Sanders, right? Your actions are obstructing official duties. Open the door right now and cooperate with the investigation.
I refuse. Did you say you're Officer Hughes? Is this some new kind of scam or something? I'm calling the police.
I am the police.
I don't believe you. You didn't even have a police ID. You seemed suspicious. That's why I kicked you out.
Sometimes I forget to bring my ID.
No, that's not possible.
Yes, it is. Don't talk about police matters as a civilian. You don't usually have dealings with the police, right?
Well, no, but... By the way, how do you know my number?
Because I'm the police.
So the police know everything, huh?
It's because you're the mother of a criminal. As part of the investigation, I checked your number too. As I mentioned earlier, there's an arrest warrant for your son for a $5 million fraud. Hand him over now. If you protect him, he'll be arrested too.
A $5 million fraud? That's impressive. I might as well commend him for it.
Huh?
Being able to deceive such an amount, that's amazing in a way. It's like he has some incredible talent.
Are you okay? Praising a criminal is messed up, you know?
Sorry.
Your son is a heinous person.
But it's hard to believe, so I had to make a joke. I don't remember raising him to be a scammer. He has a sense of justice, and I don't think he'd deceive people. I think it's a mistake.
Everyone has a hidden side. Based on the investigation, your husband passed away 7 years ago, right?
That's true.
Maybe that affected him negatively.
What do you mean?
A child without a father often carries hidden darkness in their heart, even if it seems fine on the surface.
Really? He's pretty straightforward, and he has no hidden agenda. In fact, he made a promise to his late father to become an honorable person.
What do you know about child psychology?
Well, what do you know? Don't talk like you know my family. It makes me mad.
How dare you talk to a police officer like that?
I'm sorry.
Just hand him over already.
Well, you see, he's not at home right now.
Where is he?
I don't know. He hasn't come back in the past year.
I see. He must be hiding because he's guilty of something.
What should I do? Is there anything I can do for him?
Good news. The victim is willing to settle.
Oh.
If your son pays back $50,000, they won't pursue it further.
Wait, $5 million reduced to $50,000? They're discounting quite a bit, which makes me even more suspicious.
Apparently, the money involved in that scam is untraceable.
Is the other party also a heinous person?
Well, yeah.
In that case, why not arrest him first?
No, he's technically a victim.
Let's stop this officer scammer.
What?
Do you think I'll be fooled by your story?
I'm a police officer. I don't deceive people. Resisting would be obstructing official duties, you know?
Police officers always have their IDs.
Don't talk like you know things.
I know. I'm a police officer.
What?
Who are you, really?
I'm Officer Hughes.
No, you're not a cop.
What do you know? I'll throw you in a holding cell.
If you can, go ahead and try. You're trying to swindle $50,000 from me. If you're a cop, you should know what crime that is.
There's no crime here. I haven't taken the money.
You don't know about attempted fraud?
I know, but this case doesn't fit that. Because I'm a genuine police officer and haven't deceived anyone.
Alright, you're just going to keep insisting, huh?
Yeah?
Which police station are you from?
Can't tell you.
Normal cops usually introduce themselves like I'm so-and-so from this and that station.
It's a top secret case.
Do you think you can get away with that excuse? My front door has a camera. I got your face on tape and I'll submit it as evidence to the police.
You dare try that and see what happens to you and your son.
Oh? Your tone changed. Are you getting nervous?
Fine. The police thing is a lie.
Well, I'm not the police either.
What?
I love crime dramas and watch them a lot. My favorite is Criminal Minds.
You lied?
Well, it's mutual, isn't it? I might have been a bit better at it. By the way, the camera at the front door is also a lie. Got you worked up, didn't I? It's just a little prank.
You're quite good at this.
I'm honored by your compliment. Being praised by a real scammer, that's quite a talent, huh?
My point is clear. Pay up.
Are you acquainted with my son?
I know him well.
My son's in his 20s. How did you meet him? You seem to be in your 60s.
I'm only 42.
Oh, really? Who told you about my husband and gave you my number?
Your brother, the one who loves gambling.
Ugh.
He told me right away, what an idiot.
There's no reason for me to pay you $50,000.
Do you think there's a reason for a thug to commit a crime?
Oh, you're a thug.
Your late husband was a lawyer, right? His fortune should have filled your pockets.
Not exactly filled, but well, kind of.
50,000 ain't gonna hurt you.
It will.
Listen, pay up quickly or your son is in danger.
Do you know where he is? I don't even know.
If I investigate a bit, I'll find his whereabouts.
Oh, are we still playing cops and scammers? Investigation, you mean? Are you going to ask my brother again? Or is there a network of scammers?
Why would I tell you?
Just out of curiosity. Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to start making dinner now. Is it okay if I excuse myself?
Pray it's not your last supper. Later. Did you come up with 50,000? I've identified your son's location. Hand over the money by tomorrow. If not, who knows what will happen to him. Hey, don't ignore me. You're reading this, right?
Oh, sorry. Still half asleep. Texting me at 7 a.m. on a Sunday. Scammers are surprisingly early risers, huh? I thought they'd sleep in until noon and be lazy.
Shut up. Pay up.
You shut up. I won't pay.
You dare mess with me? Don't try to mimic my tone.
Aw, don't get upset. I just wanted to try playing the villain.
Too late. I've already lost my patience. I just smashed your car window.
Seriously?
You drive a nice car.
How do you know?
You know, humans can't resist fear. If there's an escape, you'll pay. We use that psychology to make money. If you don't pay soon, I'll smash your son's head just like the window.
What a cowardly way of thinking. Are you still human?
I am. That's why harming your son will be the last resort.
Oh, suddenly being considerate. Or is it more like you can't actually harm my son? You still don't know where he is, right?
Next is your pet's turn.
What?
You adore it, right?
He's the banana of my eye.
You mean Apple?
If you do anything to Max, there'll be consequences. He's a beloved family member to both me and my son.
It's up to you.
Darn it. Why is this happening to me?
To you, 50,000 is a pocket change. Just pay up and end this. I already cut down 5 million to 50,000.
I just don't want to submit to criminals. By the way, the 5 million scenario is still alive, huh? It's a bit too exaggerated, don't you think?
After 5 million, 50,000 feels like a bargain, right? In this world, it's about using power and brains cleverly. You may not understand, coming from a sheltered background, though.
Why don't you use your brain for a decent job?
You seem to enjoy provoking me.
Oh, can you tell?
People like you who sit on high chairs looking down often need a reality check. Didn't want to do it, but oh well.
What are you going to do?
Max, right? I'm taking him with me.
No! What do you mean? What are you going to do to him?
I was thinking of letting you off with just the car window, but you pissed me off.
Leave Max alone.
In exchange for 200,000.
200,000? Weren't you asking for 50,000 earlier? Why is it 4 times now?
Because you pissed me off. If you think Max's life is worth that much, you can pay, right?
Where should I transfer the money?
No way I'd do something that leaves a trace. You go to the bank, withdraw the money, and bring the cash.
Where should I go then?
Go to your church after withdrawing the money. I'll give you further instructions from there.
Instead of such a complicated method, let me just hand it over and be done with it. I'm worried about Max.
It'd be bad if the police were tipped off and staked out, so I'll take extra precautions.
Is that what you called brains earlier?
Don't you dare try to trap me. Next time it won't end with a pet. If you act up, I'll bring a hammer and crack your son's head.
Understood. I'll do as you say.
Go and get the money this morning. I'll contact you again in the afternoon.
Got it.
Are you at the church? When it hits 2 p.m., head inside. Make sure you take the money with you.
Got it.
You haven't told the cops, right?
I haven't. Is Max okay?
That depends on your actions from now on. Haha.
It's 2 o'clock now. I'm heading inside.
Go to the ladies' room, the last stall in the back.
I'm here. But how safe is this from a security perspective? Anyone can come in here.
Shut up. Just go into the last stall.
I'm in.
Put the money in the bag I left there.
Oh, in this nylon bag? I've brought it in my own bag, you know. You want me to transfer the entire 200,000 to yours?
Of course. What's the matter? Don't tell me you put a GPS on it. Huh.
No.
By the way, I've got someone inside the church. If you do anything unnecessary, the deal's off. You know what'll happen to your dog, right?
Okay, I'll put it in. It's nerve-wracking to handle 200,000 in a place like this.
Don't worry, my guy's watching to make sure no one else takes it.
Thanks for that. Okay, I'm done.
Come out of the church with the bag.
Oh, I'm not leaving it here?
You got cops coming there or something? I can see through what you're thinking, you know.
You're quite sharp. I give up. I'll obediently comply.
There's a shopping center across the street.
Yeah?
Go to the front of Starbucks on foot.
Okay, wait a moment. I'll move now. Alright, I'm here. What's next?
Look inside the big flower pot. There's a key there.
Is this a car key?
Turn around and look directly straight to the parking area.
Okay.
There's a black Prius parked in the second row, right?
Oh, yeah, there is.
Unlock the car with that key. Put the bag on the rear seat. Place the car key on top of the front tire.
It's like a movie. This is thrilling.
Shut up and do it already.
I put it in the back seat.
Alright, now run back to the church.
Can I just walk fast? I have back pain.
Move as fast as you can and don't look back. Tracking the car is pointless. I'll switch soon. Got it?
Understood. Where's Max?
Tied up on the tree at the church parking lot.
Phew, I'll go get him right away.
Good job. The deal is complete.
Well then, goodbye.
Hey, wait.
What's up?
Got a call from my guy. He says there's no money in the bag.
Really? Then what's inside?
It's filled with a bunch of playing cards.
That can't be right.
What have you done?
Did your guy betray you?
No way.
That's weird. Funny things happen, huh?
It's you, isn't it?
Oops, busted.
God darn you. You don't care what happens to the dog?
I've already taken care of him. You messed around with me, pretending to be the police, kidnapping my dog and making threats, you know. It's going too far for a joke, don't you think?
I'm serious about this.
Oh my god, that's embarrassing. It's not something a 42-year-old temp worker would seriously do. Mr. Ivan Hughes.
How do you know my name and job?
I used my police authority and information network.
What? You said you were not a cop.
That was like pretending to tell a lie, but actually telling the truth, you know?
Confusing. So what are you then?
Oh, I'm a police officer. By the way, the camera at my front door is real too. I've already submitted the footage, analyzed it, and identified you from there. I also know your home address. You willingly revealed your age.
Got me.
By the way, the car you smashed the window of, it's not mine.
But it was parked in front of your house.
It's my in-laws' car.
Seriously?
And the dog you took is my mother-in-law's beloved pet, Chocolat. Max is the parakeet I have at home.
I assumed it was a dog.
If something happens to Max, my son will be furious when he returns. He cares more about him than I do.
Wait, so you don't care if something happens to your son?
Huh?
I know where he is, but you don't, right? He's probably run away from home. If you don't want his head bashed in, let me go.
True. I don't exactly know which continent he's in right now.
Continent?
He's been on a military mission overseas for 3 years.
Military?
He left a year ago, and I don't know where he is now. He should be where he's needed, serving our country. You were making a big deal about identifying his location, but you didn't know? So you lied about it too.
I thought he must be somewhere in the country. I wasn't told he was in the military.
Well, I never mentioned it. He wanted to protect people in a different way from his lawyer, dad, or police officer mom, so he joined the military. He has a stronger sense of justice than anyone, so he wouldn't do something like a scam, you know.
Ugh.
By the way, my father-in-law is an active police officer, and my mother-in-law is a professor at the police academy.
Oh, a family of cops, unexpected.
You're not my son's acquaintance, are you? Why did you try to deceive me?
Your house is the biggest in the hood. Your neighbors told me your late husband was a lawyer, so there should be a hefty inheritance. I thought I'd try my luck.
Gotta set the record straight with the gossiping neighbors later. So you were tailing me.
I noticed you often meet with the same man, so I took the chance to approach him. Turns out he's your brother. I pretended to be a high school classmate to get your contact info.
I suspected it might be something like that. By the way, my brother isn't a gambling addict. He's a police officer, probably on an investigation.
What?
You looked like a thug with a rough appearance, so he judged that you might cause trouble and gave you my number, which he normally wouldn't do. He said, now it's up to you to deal with him. He thought it was hilarious.
Even your brother? What's up with that?
We're a family of cops. Didn't you say so yourself earlier? Well, my late husband and son aren't police officers, but they each uphold justice in their own way. In the typical sense, it's crazy for a brother to involve his sister in danger. But we're pretty unique. The culprit practically walked into our lives, saving us the trouble of an investigation.
Well, you didn't fall for it and weren't harmed in any way after all.
That's not true. Those playing cards are a precious keepsake from my late husband.
Okay. I'll just leave them at the church. I don't need this stuff.
Please do.
Okay then, bye.
Wait.
What now?
What do you mean, what now? Come out of Starbucks.
Oh man. I took precautions against GPS tracking.
Don't underestimate police surveillance. The moment you were caught on my entrance camera, you were done.
Jeez, to think I tried to scam the police?
How much have you managed to pull in from your scams until now?
Not sure.
I'll find out anyway. Looks like you're in for a long stretch.
How did it come to this?
Because you tried to scam me, idiot.
Ugh, darn it.
Hughes and his accomplice tried to barricade themselves in Starbucks, but the police raided and both got caught. The total amount of scams revealed in the subsequent investigation was a whopping $1 million. It's strange how such a dumb criminal hadn't been caught before. Previously, he targeted only the elderly. He would pretend to be their family member to swindle money or take advantage of their goodwill. When he got laid off from his job, he decided to make a living solely through scams. He chose me for his first crime. He's charged for the previous scams he's done, as well as kidnapping Max and breaking the car window, and received 10 years in a correctional facility. I hope this despicable scammer reflects on his actions behind bars. When my son returns from his overseas deployment, I'll share this story with him.
Kelly, I'm sorry to have disturbed you earlier. Not at all. Please come visit us anytime. It was a lovely house. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so envious since you're able to live in that high rise at such a young age. That's extravagant for you. Huh? No, it's nothing. Anyway, I'll never get out of my old house. Don't say that. It's a precious house that your husband built for you. I'm sure it holds many memories that money can't buy. That's true. But still, it's amazing that your parents are the company's president. I beg your pardon? Because they can buy a high-rise without much effort. After all, the company's president is the best. Well, it's my father and I'm proud of him. I see. I've been through a lot myself. But to be given a house like this? That means that Kenny is now a member of the family. What do you mean? Someone will eventually take over your father's company, right? That's right. Normally, a child would take over. Not necessarily. I was just wondering who would take over since you are the only daughter. But the fact that they recognize Kenny as a family member means that he might take over, right? I'm sure your father will agree. That's hard to say. Why? I've never talked about that with my father. I'm sure my father will do his best as the current president for the time being. I haven't heard anything about him retiring from his current position. But there's still a possibility. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Why are you excited? Because wouldn't it be a dream come true for my son to be the president of a big company? Maybe the day I start to live in a high-rise won't be far off. What are you talking about? Nothing in particular. I think you're being too paranoid. Besides, my father is still very healthy, so I don't think he's thinking about retiring. I don't think so. Kelly, I'm so sorry to bother you again today. Thanks for the delicious cake. I'm disappointed that I didn't get to meet Kenny. Sorry for that. He's been away a lot lately, even on my days off. I haven't been able to see him either. Really? Maybe he's starting to realize that he's the one who's going to take over the company. What did you say? Kenny is aware that he's going to be the next president of the company. What makes you think so? Because we were talking about it today. Huh? About what? I heard it. What do you mean? When I was in the bathroom, you got an incoming call on your phone, right? Yes. I heard your voice at that time. Did I say something? I didn't hear the other party's voice, but I think you were saying that someone is taking over the company. Was I? Don't pretend as if you know nothing. I heard you saying that one of the relatives might take over the company. Did you hear that? Yes, I heard you. There are only a limited number of relatives, aren't there? It's either me, Kenny, or my cousin. Right? Kenny is the only one I can think of. Since you're a woman, the employees won't respect you and you'll end up destroying your father's company that he worked so hard to build up. What are you talking about? Don't be rude. After all, Kenny is going to take over the company, right? Isn't that why he's giving up his days off to go around solving problems? I don't think so, but I can't say anything about that. Why not? It's still the company's secret, so I can't tell you even though you're my mother-in-law. I haven't talked about that with Kenny either. Well, but Kenny is the one who's going to take over the company. When you bought the high-rise, your father approved. So that means your father trusts Kenny. I can't say anything about that, because as an employee, I have to abide by the company rules too. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me? No, it's nothing. I'm just talking to myself. Ruth, can I talk to you? What's wrong? I've got a big package in front of my house. Oh, it arrived already? That was quick. What is this package? Oh, you don't have to worry about it. It's an enormous amount of luggage, so it's obvious that I'm worried. Can you keep it until tomorrow? I appreciate your cooperation on that. Well, I don't mind to keep those, but still, there's a lot of luggage. By the way, I met Kenny today. Seriously? You met him? I didn't know. Really? He hasn't gone home yet? No, he hasn't. So did he tell you anything? Well, I guess he said something. What did he say? Why are you asking me that? I didn't know you were meeting him today. So I thought maybe you had something to talk about. You'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow? Anyway, please take care of my stuff until tomorrow. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for taking care of my luggage. You're welcome. Yesterday, I met Kenny and he gave me the key to this high-rise. What do you mean by that? I called Kenny a week ago and he said he's decided to take over your father's company. What? I don't understand. Oh, come on. I don't know if it's a company secret or anything like that, but keeping it to yourself is just not fair.
Did you hear that from Kenny?
That's right. I'm so proud of him. He's always been brilliant and diligent. I have no doubt that he's the best candidate to take over the company.
Ruth, isn't that a misunderstanding?
I asked Kenny, so it can't be a misunderstanding. Could it be that you were planning to take over? I guess your father couldn't rely on a woman like you after all. That's why he decided to let Kenny be his successor.
Did Kenny say he's going to take over the company?
Yes, he did. Now this big company belongs to my son. Since you're no longer needed, I want you to divorce Kenny.
What are you talking about selfishly?
Kenny will live in this high-rise if he's the next company's president. So I'm going to ask you to leave.
Huh? Is that why you sent those luggages?
Oh yes, I decided to move in. I'm sure Kenny will have a lot of things to do before taking over the company. So I'd better stay with him. Which means you are no longer needed.
Did Kenny really say that? That's unbelievable.
I'm not lying. In fact, I got the key yesterday.
I can't have you doing such a selfish thing. It's my house too.
Kenny told me about you. He said that you've been going to your parents' house where your father lives most of the time. You hardly ever came back to this high-rise.
What? Did Kenny tell you that too?
Yes. He lamented about it. He said you hardly ever came home. He said he had trouble eating his meals, doing his laundry, and taking out the trash.
Did he really say that?
I'm telling you the truth. That's just disgusting. Your father has spoiled you too. He let his married daughter go back to the family home and disrespect her husband.
What?
Well, Kenny has to take over the company anyway, so I guess he couldn't disobey your father. Poor him. He's been putting up with you for a long time, but now that he's decided to take over this big company, he wants to take the opportunity to divorce you.
Divorce?
Yes. From now on, I'll support my son who's taking over the company.
You know what? I think that's a big misunderstanding. And that's not the only thing you misunderstood.
What do you mean?
You don't know anything about your son, do you?
Huh? That cheeky way of talking makes me angry.
Let me explain one by one. Kenny hasn't been home for about 6 months now.
What are you talking about? It's you who haven't come home, right?
No, it's the opposite.
What are you talking about?
Kenny is having an affair.
Adultery? That's impossible. He never said that.
Of course he wouldn't say he was having an affair. Because of my father's company, he begged me several times to get back together with me, but he never came back.
Are you kidding me?
When he stopped coming to work, my father became furious and fired Kenny.
Fired?
Normally, if the daughter's husband has an affair and doesn't come home, parents would be angry, right? So the truth is, Kenny is not even the company's employee now.
That's a lie. I don't believe you. Kenny said he's going to take over that big company.
Do you know where he is now?
I don't know. I thought he was back at the high-rise.
Even you have no idea where he is now. I know he's with the woman he's having an affair with. So I was surprised to hear that you met him yesterday.
What? If that's the case, I should have taken him back to the high-rise.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Why not?
This high-rise was sold to me by a friend of my father's at a very reasonable price, and I paid for it in a lump sum. I can't let Kenny, who betrayed me, enter this house.
You paid in a lump sum?
Yes, indeed. I was a workaholic until I met Kenny, so I had a lot of savings. I'm not good at paying in installments, so I paid in one lump sum.
I wonder how much you have saved that you were able to afford a high rise.
My father trained me quite well at work. After I became managing director early on, my income increased. But I was so busy with work that I didn't have time to spend it.
You're a managing director? That means that you'll be in charge of owning the company in the future, right?
I don't know about that. My father is still very active. As for the future, I really don't know either.
I didn't realize you're a board member.
I'm still learning a lot in my job. By the way, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Kenny and I are already divorced.
What? That caught me off guard.
Kenny sent me the divorce papers unilaterally. We couldn't even discuss that. By that time, I had no love for him anymore. I filled in my name, etc., and delivered it to the authorities.
You're lying, aren't you? Is that true? You're lying because you don't want me to live in the high-rise, right?
Unfortunately, I'm telling you the truth. It's been more than half a year since Kenny stopped coming home. How can our marriage last in such condition?
Well, so that day when you treated me cake, Kenny wasn't coming home?
That's right. Back then, I was trying to get back together with him somehow too. So at that time, I told you that lately he's been away a lot, even on his days off.
Oh no. So what's going to happen to me now?
Well, for now, you need to get your stuff out of the high-rise.
What? I've sent them all this way, but you want me to carry them out again?
Kenny and I are already divorced. That means you and I are strangers. It's outrageous to keep someone else's belongings and let the person live in your house.
You can't just do that to me. Where do you want me to go?
Go back to your parents' house or find a new one.
My parents' house? That house is gone.
What? Why?
Because Kenny said that we should sell it.
Why?
We were moving to the high-rise, so we don't need it anymore. And for that, he wants me to help pay for the high-rise.
No kidding, so you paid him?
Yes. I don't know what to do, Kelly.
No matter how you put it, you were completely deceived. In the first place, I already paid for this townhouse. I'm sure that the money went to fund Kenny's life with his adulterous partner.
No way. Then does that mean I lost my house and my money too?
That's what it means.
What am I going to do? I sent those luggages with the intention of living here. Where am I supposed to go then?
Looks like you're in trouble. You can't get in touch with Kenny?
That's the thing. When I called him last night, I couldn't get through to him. And his WhatsApp account has disappeared for some reason.
Apparently, to him, you're just merely a financial supporter. He took advantage of your misunderstanding. Your son took everything from you.
Oh no, boo-hoo!
Nothing will change if you cry like that. You won't get your house and your money back. It was a mistake to trust your son.
He's not the kind of boy who would lie. And to deceive me to get money, it's like a crime.
Yes, I think he has changed. He isn't the man you knew.
I didn't know about that. It's your fault. Kenny cheated behind your back because you're not taking a good care of him.
That may be so.
It's too late now.
Kenny was a kind-hearted person. Even within the company, he was able to treat his employees kindly. But maybe he felt pressured because of his kindness?
What do you mean?
The rumor said that he got married to the president's daughter, which is true. So the upper management expected him to play an active role in the company. On top of that, you told him to take over the company. Maybe he just couldn't bear the pressure and decided to run away.
I don't think so. You should have supported him more.
That's right. But I guess I didn't realize it.
What? Do you think that makes it forgivable?
If that's the case, I'm sorry, but
That's not a good reason to cheat on me, right? If he has a problem, he should have talked to me first. That's just your excuse. It's not too late to do something about it. That's impossible. Why is it impossible? I told you before, didn't I? We're already divorced. I'm already a stranger to you and Kenny. I won't go through all the trouble for you who are strangers to me. Kenny cheated on you because of your own fault. I don't know what really happened because I'm only imagining. After all, I haven't met Kenny nowadays. No matter what the reason is, if he doesn't come home, doesn't show his face, and doesn't answer the phone, there's nothing I can do to help. I have no intention of living with someone like him. Huh? Then what should I do? That's up to you. Because I don't have a house and money. What do you want me to do? I can't help you. I'm a stranger now. There's nothing I can do. That's terrible. I'm your ex-mother-in-law. Don't you want to help me or at least find me a place to live? No, I don't. Because you tried to take over my high-rise. You sent a bunch of stuff to me without my consent. That's insane. Then while I'm taking care of those luggages, can't you let me stay here for a while? Of course I'll leave when I find a place to live. I'm afraid I can't do that. Why not? I've decided to sell the high-rise. What? Why? That high-rise was originally Kenny's favorite property. He said that he wanted to live there in the past. He sounds just like you, doesn't he? Huh? So, as I explained earlier, I paid for the high-rise in a lump sum. But now, I have nothing but painful memories. So I've decided to sell it in order to renew my mind from now on. That's why I need you to get your stuff out of the high-rise within a week. I'll be counting on you. 1 week? How can I do that? That's impossible. Can't you give me an extension? 1 week is the deadline the real estate agency gave me, so I can't extend it. Well then, have that agency find me a room. That's fine, but you'll have to pay for it yourself. I told you that I don't have the money, didn't I? I don't care. If you can't pay the rent, then I can't help you find a room. Please rely on others and do it on your own. Boo-hoo! Kelly, please be nice to me and do something about it. Please, I have nowhere to go. There's no use crying on the phone. It's because you trusted your son and misunderstood him. There must have been many things you thought were strange when you talked to Kenny, but you couldn't see through that, so it can't be helped. Please, don't be so cold. I can't help you, so find a place to go somehow. And please leave within a week. Don't say that. Please help me. Don't you feel sorry for me since I'm being abandoned by my son? I'm a stranger to you now. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Kelly! After that, Ruth continued to live in the high-rise. The real estate agent scolded her a lot and kicked her out. At that time, she finally handed over the key. Well, I feel sorry for her because she is a victim too. But it was her own son, so she had no choice. The worst is her son Kenny. He cheated his mother out of money and has been missing ever since. I'm a little worried about the future of this mother and son. Anyway, I don't care what happens to him because he is a stranger now. As for me, my father has officially announced that I will be the next president of the company. From now on, I will work harder to improve myself in order to become the president of the company that my father has brought up, so that he will be proud of me. Alexandra, how have you been? I'm fine. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've seen you, Uriel. I've been in a hurry to pick up and drop off my daughter every day. It's true. You've been neglecting me. I'm not neglecting you. But it must have been hard for Megan too. She was looking forward to her elementary school life so much. She's finally getting used to it, and just when it's about to be summer vacation, she broke her arm. I think teachers should pay more attention to each student. Well, I'm sure she was careless too. She was injured while playing in the schoolyard during lunch break. It can't be helped, but she's recovering well. I can't believe you didn't scold her. You have to be stricter with her. You really irritate me. I'm sorry. It's fine to be mild-mannered, but if you don't say what needs to be said, people will underestimate you. I know. Anyway, how may I help you? Oh, I have some clothes I ordered to be amended at the department store the other day. It's supposed to be finished tomorrow, so I was wondering if you could take and deliver it to me. I can't drive, so I have no choice. Tomorrow? Megan's school doesn't start until noon tomorrow, so I have to pick her up early. What does this have to do with Megan's pickup? I have to pick her up at the time she leaves school, so I don't have time to take and deliver those clothes to you. It takes me almost an hour each way to get there. It's a 2-hour round trip, so it should be enough time to pick her up from school, right? There are some roads that are inevitably congested. What about the day after tomorrow? I'm sure I can deliver them to you since I have plenty of time to spare. I'm asking you to deliver it to me tomorrow. You can't listen to what I told you? That's not what I meant. If I'm going to visit you, I'd like to do it in a relaxed manner. I don't care if it's relaxing or rushed. I just want my clothes delivered. It's not that I want to meet you. Don't make excuses. Just shut up and do what you're told. I understand. I'll deliver them tomorrow. I'll tell Megan to wait for me at school. Please do so. Charles, can I talk to you now? As long as it's not a phone call, I can talk to you. What's up? I know I should have waited until tonight, but I might forget about that, so that's why I texted you. What is it? I'm going to your mother's house tomorrow. I thought I'd let you know. She called you again? What did she say? Your mother ordered to have her clothes amended at the department store, so she wants me to deliver them tomorrow. What? Why go to all that trouble? It's not like she's going to wear it right away, is it? What was Mom thinking, sending you back and forth just for that? I don't mind delivering it, but Megan has morning classes tomorrow, so I'll tell her that I might be a little late. You're really a kind person, Alexandra. If you can't go, you can just say no, okay? Mom always asks you whatever she wants you to do. If you keep listening to her requests, she will just keep asking you more. That's okay. I'm your wife, so that's part of my duties. I'm really sorry. Mom should have told me about that. Isn't it because you tend to get angry at her easily? I can't help it since she's been treating you so badly. I don't really care about that, so don't worry. Thanks. Alexandra, can I have a word with you? Yes, what is it? I've had some kind of chill since this morning. What? Did you catch a cold? Are you all right? I can't get out of bed because I'm shaking. I'm sorry, but could you come and cook my lunch and dinner? Maybe you should go to the hospital, don't you think so? Yes, I'll go when it gets worse. But it's important to take in nutrition to cure illnesses, isn't it? Yes, I understand. I'll go prepare now. Is there anything else you need? I'm just trying to get my strength up and get well soon. So I need you to bring me a delicious vanilla ice cream and fruits rich in vitamin C. I guess that's all. I don't know if I can find any fruit, but I'll look for it. Please lay down on the bed until I get there. If your condition worsens, I'll take you to the hospital. I'll do it as soon as I can. Thank you. That's very helpful. Charles, if you're busy at work, feel free to ignore this message. I just got a call from your mother. It looks like she couldn't get up, so she wanted me to come over and cook lunch and dinner. I was so surprised that I rushed over. Surprisingly, your mother seemed to be fine, so I was relieved.
Huh? You were called out again? I don't think you should have listened to her.
Don't talk like that. It could be true, right?
She's not feeling well and she wants you to come over to make her lunch and dinner. Mostly, if you're not feeling well, you lose your appetite, don't you? It's just an excuse to get you to cook for her.
I wonder.
Didn't she ask for anything else?
She wanted me to get her some ice cream and fruits.
See? Mom was just jerking around.
What?
You don't have to do anything that Mom wants you to do. I don't want her to control you like that. I'll give Mom a warning too.
I understand, but don't be too harsh. I know your mother is lonely since she lives alone.
I understand how you feel, but I'm going to give her a little more warning this time, because you're not Mom's slave.
Okay.
Alexandra, can I talk to you?
Hello, Uriel. How can I help you?
It's almost time for Megan's summer vacation, right?
Yes, somehow she managed to get through the first semester.
So, during the summer vacation, you should let her stay at my house.
What do you mean?
She'll be bored at home, so I thought I could take care of her. There's a big yard and plenty of room for her to play here.
I would let her if I could. She has a broken leg and can't move enough yet. I appreciate your kindness, but I'd like her to spend more time at home this time.
If that's the case, why don't you just let her stay with me?
I beg your pardon?
I'll ask for lots of help to rehabilitate her. I'd like to do that for her sake.
I don't think I can let her stay with you. It's related to the treatment of her injuries, so I'm fine with the rehabilitation she's receiving at the hospital.
Are you saying you don't want to listen to me?
I'm sorry, but...
You're a cocky woman. All you have to do is shut up and do as I say.
It's about Megan's leg recovery. I can't leave her with you during summer vacation. Besides...
What?
Charles has already told me that I don't have to do anything you ask me to.
What on earth is he thinking? You've been telling Charles all kinds of nonsense, haven't you? The other day, he called to scold me. You seem to be saying some pretty bad things about me.
I didn't say anything bad about you. I'm just reporting the facts to your son.
You're not a child. You don't have to report every little thing.
But me and my husband decided to share everything with each other, especially when it comes to dealing something related to you. I thought it would be better to tell him.
Shut up already. If you're going to be so persistent, I'll come over there for summer vacation.
Huh? Why would you do that?
Because you're not allowing Megan to stay at my house. So I have no other choice, right?
Why are you coming to our house then? I don't understand.
It's because I want someone to take care of me.
Are you telling me that you want Megan to take care of you? That's impossible. She's still in first grade of elementary school.
Then why don't you do it instead?
What?
It's natural for you to take care of me, isn't it? You're always taking care of Megan first. She's your top priority and you're neglecting me. So take care of me at least during the summer vacation.
I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
You really are irritating. Let me tell you this. You are my slave, so I won't let you fool around.
I'm not fooling around. I have to discuss this with Charles first.
You don't have to say anything extra to my son. If I go there, he will be happy to welcome me. Anyway, I'm going over there for summer vacation.
You can't just decide that on your own, because neither Megan nor I are slaves to you.
It's my decision. You must obey me.
I can't do that. It's so absurd.
It's all your fault. So you're going to pay for my transportation to get there, and all my living expenses while I'm there.
Uriel, please don't decide on your own. We have our own circumstances.
I don't take orders from you. Alexandra, answer the phone. Alexandra, I'm at the nearest station. I told you my arrival time, didn't I? Aren't you going to pick me up? I can't find you anywhere.
Uriel, I'm sorry. I'm busy now, so I can't pick you up.
Huh? I told you the time of arrival. So why are you busy at this hour? You knew I was coming, so you should have prepared yourself.
I'm sorry. I haven't had a chance to read any of your messages for the past few days.
Why haven't you looked at it? You're a real goof. You're such a slow learner.
Geez, I can't pick you up because I'm busy.
I don't care if you're busy or not. I came all the way here for you. Pick me up right away.
I can't.
Huh? Why not? I told you that you are my slave. Come here at once.
Stop right away or I'm gonna lose my temper. I'm not your slave.
What's with that tone? Well, okay. If you insist, I'll take a cab. In return, you'd better remember that. I'll make sure you get plenty of punishment. Hey, Alexandra. I just arrived at the apartment.
Oh, really?
Can you explain what's happening?
What do you mean?
I rang the bell, but there was no answer. And as far as I can see from the window from the outside, the curtains are off too. I really have no idea what happened.
We're not there anymore.
So you're out? When are you coming back?
We won't be back.
What?
When I told Charles that you are coming during Megan's summer vacation, he got very angry.
You told him about that? I told you not to do anything unnecessary.
That's not how it works. We don't have many rooms. If you were coming, we'd have to leave a room open. And then he would find out. That's why I told him beforehand.
Why would you do that?
Anyway, Charles was furious when he knew that you're coming. He said that you're planning to treat me like a slave.
Was he so mad at me?
Yes. He said no matter how many times he warned you, it didn't work. So he suddenly decided to move out.
Move out? That's not what I heard. You guys aren't staying in this apartment anymore?
That's right. Charles insisted, so we moved out suddenly.
Huh? What the hell is that? Well, I'm coming over there, so give me your address. You're making me go through all this trouble? You're a useless wife. Sorry for that, old hag. Hey, watch your language. It's me, Charles. Stop pretending to be Charles. This is Alexandra's phone, right? I've been looking at your messages from a while ago. What? Are you really Charles? Yes, I am. Mom, I've warned you many times before. Don't ask Alexandra to do anything unreasonable. I didn't mean it that way. Is it so unreasonable for me to go visit my grandchild during her summer vacation? That's too selfish. You knew about Megan's treatment, don't you? And you're planning to make her take care of you? That's crazy. No, I was planning to take care of her. Don't lie to me. I heard you told my wife that she's a slave. Did I? Even if you didn't, what you're doing is the same thing. You ask her to run errands that take nearly an hour one way, but are of no importance to you. You pretended to be ill to make her prepare meals and do the shopping for you. And you made her pay for all the expenses, right? But she did that voluntarily. It's obvious since she's your wife. Alexandra is a kind woman. She's too good for me. I can't forgive you for treating her like a slave. Charles, please listen to me. I don't want you to get close to my wife anymore. Alexandra is my precious wife. I don't want to see you treating her badly. It makes me sad. I didn't mean to treat her badly. Then what was your true intention? It's because I was lonely and alone. I'm gonna cut ties with you from now on. I don't want you to take advantage of my precious family members anymore. Charles, wait! I did that because I felt lonely since I live alone. I don't want to cut ties with you. Calm down and think twice.
I'm afraid it's been decided.
It's all your fault, Alexandra.
Looks like Charles has got angrier than I imagined. He insisted to move out to a place you don't know.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to take Charles away from me? I've been living alone since I lost my husband. It's your fault, so do something about it.
I can't do anything to fix this matter. Charles is surprisingly stubborn. Once he decided on something, he won't change his mind easily. Like mother, like son.
What? Stop kidding me.
Sorry, but I felt that I've reached my limit of patience too.
Huh?
I can't go along with your selfishness any longer.
Selfishness?
Yes, to be honest, it was hard for me to go for a 2-hour round trip just to do your chores. But I did my best since I thought that you were in trouble.
That's the right thing to do, so you should continue doing that.
I'm not willing to do that anymore since you called me a slave. If it were only me, I don't mind at all. But you were trying to have Megan take care of you. Knowing what she was going through, I was concerned about Megan's future as well.
Such an exaggeration. You're overreacting. That's why my son misunderstood.
No, it was Charles who first brought it up. He always put me and Megan as his top priority. That's why he suggested that we should move.
You got to be kidding me. There's no way Charles would do such a thing.
You talked to him earlier, didn't you? I'm sure he said so too.
Oh no, let me talk with Charles again.
Since he said that he already cut ties with you, he isn't willing to talk to you. He also said that he doesn't want a mother who treats his family like slaves.
Did he say that? That's a lie. You're just trying to take Charles away from me.
I'm not trying to take him away from you. I'm his wife. I'm just following his lead. I'm just doing my duty.
Stop talking nonsense. If you are his wife, you must convince him.
How should I do that?
You can ask him to forgive his mother, or persuade him to invite me to your house. If you don't do that, I'll be all alone.
Like I said before, Charles is a stubborn man. Once he decided on something, he won't listen to other people's opinion.
Then give me your new address.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because you will come barging in. I can't let you do that.
Don't say that. I won't call you a slave anymore. Don't say that you're going to cut me off too.
We talked about it as a married couple and decided, so we won't change our mind. We can't take care of you anymore. Take care. You don't have to worry about us.
Alexandra, please, forgive me. I apologize to Megan too. Don't leave me alone.
I think Charles has warned you a lot. That's what I heard. But you didn't change your attitude, so this is the consequence.
But from now on, I will change my behavior.
Charles said that it's impossible for you to change, since you didn't listen when he warned you.
That's terrible.
I agree with my husband. If I don't do anything, I'll make Charles feel bad. As what he told you, I'm going to cut ties with you. And of course, I won't give you our new address. I won't communicate with you ever again. I'm going to block your number.
Alexandra, you've been so kind to me. Was that kindness a lie?
I'm human too, so I have my limits.
No way. I don't want to be alone.
It seems that Uriel went to visit Charles's office with a single mind of not wanting to be alone. Charles told the guard that he doesn't know her, and Uriel ended up getting kicked out. When he went back to the office, Uriel turned her back and stumbled away, shaking slightly. I feel like I did a bad thing, since she ended up being left alone. But I cannot allow her to treat me like a slave, so I would like to keep her away for a while. I'm now free from Uriel's crazy requests. I was able to devote my summer vacation to the treatment and rehabilitation of my daughter. She will be able to go to school on her own feet in the new semester. Although we have changed our residence, we found a new apartment in the school district. Megan's school life has not been affected by the change. I'm thankful every day that Charles has put my daughter and I as his top priority.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.